Would you rather have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a grilled cheese sandwich? That is essentially the decision travelers are faced with when choosing between Kazuha and Neuvillette. Both characters are insanely good in their own right, as are both sandwiches. In today's video, I wanted to discuss which character I think you should summon between these two god tier units and Neuvillette and Kazuha. Also, in my previous example, I would definitely choose a grilled cheese sandwich. Don't crucify me, but I am not a peanut butter and jelly guy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Let's start off with the sovereign dragon himself, Mr. Neuvillette. Now, Neuvillette needs absolutely no introduction. He is the best DPS in the game, and it's not even close. Ever since his introduction, he basically hydro pumped every single other DPS off the tier list and supplanted them. This dude is insane. We all know that. If you need a DPS, look no further. Aside from having insane damage output and damage potential, I would say what makes Neuvillette insanely cracked is the fact that he's actually very, very easy to build. One of his best weapons, disregard his best in slot here, is a craftable weapon, aka the prototype Amber. It can't get much more free to play than that. Literally, his second best weapon is a craftable weapon. It gives him a tremendous amount of HP and is a super excellent weapon. Coupled with the fact that one of his best in slots is craftable, is the fact that his artifacts are also very, very simple. Now, obviously, rolls, that's a different story, but all you have to do is get 4-piece Hunter, get a HP percent sands on him, and then since you're using 4-piece Hunter, you're getting a good amount of crit rate, so honestly, you just need a crit damage circlet. So, you have the prototype Amber, giving him a ton of HP, you have a HP percent sands, you have 4-piece Hunter giving, minimum 36% crit rate, coupled with a crit damage circlet. Your Neuvillette is good to go, and he will absolutely destroy dang near everything. He does struggle a little bit against, bosses, but man, against multiple enemies in the Abyss, he's insane. His damage output is insane. If you're on mouse and keyboard and you turn up your DPI, you just swing your mouse around and everything dies in like 5 seconds. It's honestly insane. The only complaint, or not even a complaint, the only kind of caveat or issue I could say about Neuvillette is at C0, he definitely has a little bit more rigidity to his team comps. If you don't know, essentially C1 lowers the requirement of having, basically 3 different elements with Neuvillette. So at C0, Neuvillette's best team is Zhongli, Fischl, and Kazuha because you want 3 different elements that interact with Hydro to get his 3 stacks. But at C1, you only have to get 2. You only have to utilize 2 different elements. So essentially you can run him with Farina, which a lot of people want to run him with Farina because Farina makes Neuvillette even more insane. So that's literally the only ire or issue that I have with Neuvillette at all. And it's pretty minimal. His C1 is definitely not necessary. At C0, he is more than a phenomenal character. Normally I would say, DPSs are the first types of characters to get power creep. There is no way Neuvillette can get power creep. If anybody power crept Neuvillette, they would literally be the most broken gacha character ever created, and there would be no point. So I don't feel like this character could get power crept ever. There might be somebody that's on his level in a different way, but as far as DPSs go, if you need a DPS, look no further. He is top tier. He's not going anywhere. I think he's really fun to play. So yeah, top tier. Now, similar to Neuvillette, Kazuha needs absolutely no introduction. Kazuha has been one of the best characters in the game since his release. He's insane, and I do think he is, very easy to build, similar to Neuvillette. Now, there's really, probably 2.5 ways to build Kazuha. You could go full EM. You're using an EM weapon like the Iron Sting, or the Gacha weapon, which I'm drawing a blank on, but very, very easy. This is also a craftable weapon, so if you want, full EM Kazuha, it's pretty easy to obtain. I would say his best in slot weapon is actually the Favonius sword. In that case, you definitely want to run, a crit rate circlet on him. But, if you're going full EM Kazuha, you just, full EM, goblet, EM circlet, EM sands. Very, very solid. But like I said, if you are running a, Favonius weapon. You can obviously want to go for crit rate. And you can also obviously run, Kazuha as kind of a, DPS or sub DPS because he does have pretty decent multipliers. And again, you would still want a good amount of EM in his kit, but then you'd want to prioritize, attack and crit rate, crit damage. So, 4-piece VV, as much EM as you can get. And Kazuha is really set and ready to go. So I would say both characters, very, very smooth and easy to build. Now, Kazuha's constellations are insane, specifically his C1 and his C2. But at C0, again, just like Neuvillette, this character is insanely good. He doesn't need constellations. He can pretty much carry your account. One thing I'll say is I would definitely recommend triple crowning him because, his burst is one of the strongest abilities in the game. But I feel like people don't realize that his plunge attack is actually predicated upon his normals. So his I can't even pronounce this. The Chia Yabura is actually predicated upon his normals. So I would definitely recommend, triple crowning him or at least 888ing or 999ing all his talents, which I feel like some people forget to do. So Kazuha might be a little bit more expensive on the investment front, but honestly, Kazuha is insanely good. We all know how good he is. He has been a top tier unit forever. If somebody came up to me on the street and was like, Sam, I only have so many primos and so many wishes, who would you pick between Kazuha and Neuvillette? I would still choose Kazuha. To me, Genshin Impact is about supports as opposed to DPSs. I know DPSs are the first to get power crept, and I know I just mentioned Neuvillette will never get power crept, but Kazuha is definitely much more versatile in his team comps. Pretty much whatever team you put Kazuha into gets a significant boon. I mean, if you just pair Kazuha with Bennett, you can clear anything in the game besides Abyss, and even in the Abyss, you'll kill about 80% of everything. Like those two together are just insane. And then you throw them together with two other characters, you're gonna sweep. So I still think Kazuha is the premier pickup of the two, but you can't go wrong with either one. Their weapon banner is honestly very good as well. Kazuha's, Freedom Sworn actually has some pretty good utility on other characters. Neuvillette's weapon is a little bit more niche. It's, obviously geared for him, and I don't think it's good on a lot of other Catalyst characters, but Kazuha's weapon is insane. We don't know what the 4 stars are going to look like just yet, but it doesn't matter because both 5 stars are absolutely god tier. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the characters. I think 4.5 Phase 2 has some of the best 5-star character banners that we've seen in a long time. The weapon banner is also very good, so I'm insanely hyped. And I hope this video helped. I hope it helped you make a decision between the two if you're on the fence. But comment down below. Are you going for Kazuha? Are you going for Neuvillette? Do you think you would choose a peanut butter and jelly sandwich over a grilled cheese? Tell me why I'm crazy for picking a grilled cheese. But as always, I appreciate you all so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.